Who did most of the cooking in your house growing up?
My mom. She was a pretty good cook. She was a very good cook, actually. And she was always cooking. And she showed Abilene a few recipes now, so she does a great job. I'm kind of still eating the stuff I grew up on.
So what was the treat at your house that Mom made? Whether it was like a dessert or a dinner, what was the treat?
I'll give you both. The best, one of my favorite dinners, she makes this taco ring. So it's kind of like basically all the stuff that goes in a taco, but kind of like croissant roll in a circle. Really good. That's one of my favorites. And for dessert, she makes this thing called Double Delicious bars. So it's kind of like a brownie with peanut butter and chocolate chips and just like all the good stuff in it, basically. And it's pretty much the best brownie out there. So
that does sound like it's
really good.
Double Delicious.
Yeah. He's a really good roommate, and in the kitchen too. So I think I made a good pick there, at least in the minors.
Wait, you picked him as a roommate, or he picked you? You both got drafted the same year.
Yeah.
I met you guys in Modesto. I don't know if you remember. I mic'd you guys up in the bullpen.
I do remember that, actually. Yeah.
So I guess I've never thought about who chose whom as a roommate.
Man, I don't know how the story goes now.
What's the story you like to tell?
I mean, I think I picked him. He was actually in Modesto before I was.
Okay.
And I started in Loway that year. So then I got moved up, and then we just naturally got along really well. And in spring training the next year, I think I reached out to him maybe, but I mean, either way, that's years ago now, so I don't really remember. But the main part is I got free food out of it, and that's the good thing.
That's right.
He was quite the chef, so.
When it comes to the minor leagues, what do people not understand about that?
Oh man, I mean, they somewhat understand the lifestyle and the travel, but it's probably, worse than, at least logistically. I mean, I had a great time and I loved it, but just, it's nonstop. It's not like you get a break, so you play 140 games and just about one game every single day. So it seems like, you do it for a week and then you get a break. That's not really how it goes. It's nonstop. It's overnight bus trips, all that stuff. But you get really close with the guys you're teammates with.
And you were in the minor leagues before they switched to playing 6-game series, right?
Right.
So you were on the road like every 3 days.
Oh yeah, every 3 days. I think that was the next year. So maybe right after COVID, whatever it was. Yeah. But right when I made it up, they switched to that, which I think is a great idea. Yeah. It makes a ton of sense too.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad they're doing that now. I just never got to experience that side of it.
No, you got extra bonding time on extra bus rides.
Exactly. A lot of bus rides.
A lot of bus
rides. Emphasis on the bus rides, yeah.
Did you ever try to be a hitter instead of a pitcher?
I did growing up. I thought I was going to be a hitter. That was the dream. I was playing first base in the big leagues, and Ty France took my job instead.
There was probably somebody that took the job before Ty France did.
Was there
a hard conversation moment with a coach, or did you realize on your own?
I was a little bit of both, reading between the lines. Like middle of high school, I actually didn't even pitch at this point. Pitching was kind of my backup plan, and it worked out. So I was trying out for different teams and either like got put on the backup team or even got cut from travel teams. I'm like, well, I was actually like, I don't really know if I'm cut out for like college baseball at first base. So I kind of thought I'd just be done after high school. I'm like, well, let me mess around on the mound and hit my growth spurt at the same time, and the rest is kind of history.
Yeah, because 97 coming out of your hands at, how tall are you?
6'6".
6'6"?
Yeah.
That's tough.
It helps out, yeah.
Yeah. What was your backup plan to your backup plan of pitching?
Man, I just always felt like baseball was going to work out, which is probably a terrible thing to say, but I was decent in school. My backup plan was actually being like one of the advanced scouts that we have in the front office. I watched Moneyball in high school. I was, like I said, pretty good in math, and that was going to be my backup plan, but very happy I get the uniform right now instead.
There's time for the other stuff.
Yeah,
later.
Plenty of time.
There's plenty of time. I would like to say it is impressive that you are ambidextrous with a knife. Of all the things that I could do ambidextrously, knife skills are not one of them.
Kind of learned that I had to be just for baseball.
Yeah.
trying to get my hand out of the way. It's more
What
important
else?
to keep my hands safe than how well I cut with a knife in the kitchen. So I'm okay
Which
with that.
I'm going to give you a reference you probably have never heard of before because I'm of this age. George Costanza in Seinfeld, the hand model. I knew I was taking a risk with that one. I knew I was taking a risk. He was a hand model and he wouldn't use his hand for anything.
That's
'Cause he didn't
similar to me. I don't know if I'm quite at the model level, but
I Cook, You Measure is presented by Ascend Hospitality Group. Watch the entire episode and season on YouTube.